what people want in the federal government? Like guys with good improv skills? I'm sorry. I saw the movie Fahrenheit 9/11 finally. Trying to connect the Saudis to Al-Qaeda to Bush. Hey, everything can be connected if you want it to be, you know? I can tell you the reason people boycotted French fries was not to protest France, but to ruin Kerry's wife's Heinz ketchup fortune. You know, no fries, no ketchup. It makes sense. You know, if you hang around long enough, Charles Manson, you know, you can see the White Album was kind of about revelations. They did. Democrats are up in Boston for their convention, and there's violence already. Look what they did to A-Rod. The first convention speaker is Al Gore. That's the way to start things off with a bang, you know? Ron Reagan Jr. is speaking for them. He should run for president. Ron Reagan Jr., the first gay president, why not? The vice president would be Alan Cummings, you know? A little levity around there instead of John Kerry, bring it on. The motto could be, don't go there, or no, you didn't, you know? Oh, Nick, you're back from your little stupid Montreal trip. Why don't you not complain about standing and just enjoy yourself?
Well, why'd you get rid of the furniture?
Because standing, it's cool.
Well,
nobody does it.
Well, you molested at IKEA?
I personally like standing.
Thank you.
I like it. I think I look sexy. I'll pull it off. Y'all don't.
Islamic militants have conducted dry runs of a new way of blowing up airplanes, carrying components of explosive devices on the planes, then assembling the bombs in the air, okay? On a recent Northwest flight, 14 Syrian guys were like traveling together, hanging out by the bathrooms, getting up during when you're supposed to be sitting down. And the FBI questioned them, but they missed. They all like expired visas. The FBI missed it. So this incident was not picked up by the mainstream press, even though all these pilots are saying, you know, like this happens a lot.
Of course it wasn't, because the press is run by ultra-liberal people who think when you prejudge somebody, that's the worst thing you could do. I say prejudge everybody today. You get on a plane today and the guy sitting behind has got a pair of Huggies on his head. Get off the plane. Get a dive.
Well, it's like, it's like every time somebody that gets dressed like...
left.
Oh, all right, never mind.
No, go ahead, Jimmy.
No, I was just going to say, every time somebody gets dressed like Cat Stevens and goes on the plane, they have to report it. I mean, you know, do we have to report it every single time?
But this...
Actually, you know what? They did do more study. You know who it turned out that these guys were on the plane? It was a backup band for the Syrian Wayne... What's his name? Wayne Newton.
Syrian Wayne Newton.
Syrian Wayne Newton.
Listen to me.
What are they going to arrest him for? Crooning and coach? What is that?
But no, that was the story on
Well, that's who he is.
That's enough of a reason. If you're backing up the Syrian Wayne Newton,
Don't get me wrong. You know what? If the guy in the Syrian Philharmonic wants to go to the bathroom on the plane, I got 2 words: colostomy bag.
Hey,
If he wants to go, let him go.
you say what you want. If it's 14 of those cats getting on your flight and you allow the plane to take off, you should be hitting the back of your head. Your plane should crash. Me personally, I'm going to stop them because I stereotype. I'll be the first to say it. I will question Abu, and I'm going to ask him to his face, do you belong on this flight? If not, then I'm going to have to punch you in your face. That's not how I play.
First of all, you're not going to ask anybody to their face. You're going to ask them to their belly button, you midget. Oh, don't make a face. That's right. I got a good shot in there.
I want to get to the fact that political correctness is another weapon of militants. There's a policy that if 2 young Arab men are questioned on a single flight, it's discriminatory, and the airline can be fined for
And that's
threats.
called the CAPSIS program. It's a computer. It's a computer.
But it's ridiculous. It's not part of humanity.
But you know what? Your question about political correctness is true. Because on the plane, when these guys were moving back and forth, everybody got quiet. Why didn't somebody like just show some balls, get up and go, could you sit the hell down, please?
They were probably all Jews.
How does that work?
I didn't say it.
And how does that tie into the Hitler recipe?
Because you're not known for your fisticuffs, okay?
Well, what if everybody had to fly naked and, you know, just sit on the plane all the time? Hey, what if they were...
Yeah.
Or you naked?
Yeah.
You know?
But I did.
Look, you know what, though? You know what,
I
though?
want to stare at your ball bag from New York to L.A.
Jim would think of that.
But no, you know what? With this, you're damned if you do and if you're damned if you don't. Because if you don't, then somebody may bomb you. But if you do, you know, profile the Arabs before they get on the plane.
You hurt their feelings.
Yeah, well, then they get mad and then they bomb us more.
You're going to do that anyways, dummy.
That's
So
true, yeah.
profile.
Well, I'm just trying to make it. Not
But
everything
profile.
deserves to be beaten.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
death.
that's the point. Is profiling's gotten a bad name God knows why.
I've been profiled for years.
Exactly.
I've been profiled for years.
I think you should be.
It's our turn. Right now it's new niggas and it's them. So we should profile them. That's how I see it. I'll be the first to say it.
Since September 11th, the profiling is shifted to the Muslims. Are there any Muslims here? No, because they've already been deported. When you call the IR...
Biggest lie ever.
That's
Biggest
insane.
lie ever.
That's insane.
How many Muslims died?
Hey, I'm going for the joke. Go with me on this, would you please?
We would have, but the
Sorry.
joke stunk.
Let's
so we let you
talk
stay
about-
out there by yourself.
Let's talk about the 9/11 report. It came out last Thursday.
Nobody read that on this panel.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, I read 60 pages.
I
of
read
it.
3 pages.
But let me tell you something. It was really hard to read that much. I'm not used to it. When I was a kid, I read it. All right. It says the United States government was not active enough in combating the terrorist threat. As usual, our self-scrutiny, we blame ourselves. That's why stuff like that happens. In my opinion, a failure of imagination. So what do you guys
Well,
think?
it's like I'm waiting for them to come out with something that we really don't know. I mean, I could have told you that. You know, Clinton screwed up, Bush screwed up. I could have told you that.
Neither one of them screwed up, though.
You know,
What are
I don't
talking
think
about?
Clinton screwed up. Why did Clinton screw up?
Neither one of them screwed up.
They
No,
both
Clinton-
Why is everything
Why
got to be...
Clinton
How about
Because we
Al-Qaeda
got hit
screwed
4
up?
times, didn't do anything. That's partly
How about it's
why.
Al-Qaeda's fault? Instead of trying to blame ourselves all the time.
And he
Oh,
blew up.
6. He had 6.
But do you see
Yeah,
this?
Nick, read the book. Read the book.
I read the book.
Here's the thing. They said it was a failure of imagination before 9/11, but after 9/11, Bush had great imagination. He imagined weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
He imagined that Saddam Hussein. And he imagined that God was talking to him.
No, wait a minute.
Bush is the only one that said he had weapons of mass. The UN didn't
He's the
say
only
it.
one who
Clinton said it. Clinton said it. Everybody said
Clinton
it.
said it. The UN
Everybody
said
said it.
Everybody
Clinton
said it.
didn't invade Iraq.
Everybody said it.
Clinton didn't
He
invade
should
Iraq.
have. Maybe he should have.
Jesus, you should have led the charge. It would have been over
Oh,
in 10
please.
minutes.
Everybody knows Homeland Security assistance should be based strictly on an assessment of risk and vulnerabilities. We understand the contention that every state... Sorry.
Slap that book out.
I'm getting ready to really knock it out your hand because you're bugging me.
So
with
knock it out then.
Put it, let me see it. No, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you.
Yo, what's up,
I'm
though?
agree with him.
Yo, what's up,
No,
though?
let's agree with him. Clinton did not say it. Bush said it.
I'm sorry, it's not a copy of Fence.
Get it out your hand.
Now I know I'm right.
Yeah, you know you're right. Because
No, I know I'm right.
Can I just say
We're
something?
always trying to blame somebody for 9/11.
There you go. Well,
I'm just,
you know what?
I'm so tired of people blaming everybody. It's like, fix the problem.
But there's
That's
no
it.
way to
You're
fix
right.
the problem.
Wow.
Al-Qaeda bombed us.
I know. Well, there is a way to fix the problem.
Kill them. What?
Everybody's trying to say it. Kill them all.
No,
Kill
and
them
what's
all.
your fix? It's stop the corporate
No, kill
imperialism
them all.
that has
You're
led
right.
to...
Kill them all.
No, but tell me,
How
stop
about
the
if we
corporate
hadn't invaded
imperialism
Iraq
and the...
right away and we finished the job in Afghanistan? That would have been a good start. We couldn't know the job wasn't finished in Afghanistan.
Did you ever see Afghanistan? The
Hey, I
day
need a
we
little
showed
more
up.
help from you folks. There's a little too much right-wing crap going on over here. Come on,
Hey, stop appeasing to the audience. You can pay
Do I have to
$20.
stand in this barrel like a goddamn slave? Can I move over? Whoa! Whoa!
Kind of fun. Come on over.
It's like we're doing a special on Chardonnay, for Christ's sake.
We'll be right back.
Hey.
Well, it's Monday, so we're going to take a look at a few of the movies that opened this past weekend. Number one, Matt Damon's Born Supremacy. Made like 53 million. All right, just let's see it.
I swear to God, if I even feel somebody behind me, there is no measure to how fast and how hard I will bring this fight to your doorstep. I told you people to leave us alone.
What is he actually doing?
He's coming for us. This is Jason Bourne.
Trace it.
The Bourne Supremacy.
Woo!
I love that guy.
The Bourne Supremacy.
Think about something.
The Bourne
What?
Think about how depressed that movie's got to make Nick DiPaolo, because that's what you would look like if you were young and in shape.
You got the tattoo? That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
You saw it?
I saw all 3 of them.
Did you
All
really?
3 of
Yeah.
them. Isn't it,
Somebody's gotta do that
Born
homework.
Supremacy's lots of fun.
All of you bastards are supposed to go see all three. Have you see one?
I thought it was only two.
I saw all 3.
Something.
I thought it was only two of them.
Shut up.
But it's a nice ride through Europe.
Did
You
you
know
see
what? If you can't get away this summer, you see that movie 3 times.
That's
it's a
the
good
whole
trip.
point. I saw part one. It was fun. It was like, it's amazing. It was fine.
Actually, this is a very suspenseful movie about taking public transportation. That's what it's about.
There was really 3 of them?
This guy's a CIA agent
Yeah.
in the movie. That's why they can't stop any attacks. They're like spending all their time chasing Matt Damon.
He's like a Manchurian candidate. What were you going to say, Nick? Something racial. Say it.
Oh, the white guy's the lead in the movie. Has to have the word supremacy in the title. It's the same liberal whore.
Oh, no, but wait. But he's right about when?
That's stretching it,
Wait.
even for you.
When?
That's a left-wing conspiracy.
But don't deny that there hasn't been anything but a white male criminal for the past 40 years in the movies, please.
Thank you.
Oh, jeez.
I'm supposed to defend that? I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
All right.
what?
Well, let's move into Catwoman, Halle Berry's movie, which only took in a disappointing $17 million. I should be so disappointed.
Pete says she jumps around like a cat. What should we call it?
Catwoman. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hot. Black leather. With...
It looks the same as the other.
I'm so sick of watching women kickbox. It's like one long tampon commercial, for Christ's sake. I'm sick of it.
This is the... You got it. This is...
It's like watching him fight.
It is not. This is like the showgirls of movies. It's so bad. I mean, they ought to, you know what, there was this, at one point in the movie, she goes, "Row," and this guy in the audience went, "Ooh, baby, that's cold."
I'll be honest with you. I love Halle Berry to death, man, but ever since she showed the titty, it don't do it for me no more. Like, seriously, like, ever since she showed it, I think for all men...
Why did you finish it? Ever since you showed it to a white guy. I know what your people say in your community. You're not fooling me for 1 second, you phony. Come on, Jadakiss. Come on, Jadakiss. Why you gotta have a white guy for what you want to house that?
You see right through me. I can be honest, and we were very annoyed. When Halle did that scene with Billy Bob Thornton, it made me sick to my stomach.
Well, get used to it, Sonny.
Yeah. You know what? It's like watching Denzel act white.
So it made $17 million, right?
Yeah.
So that means guys would come see Halle Berry do anything. Yeah, but there's nothing in that movie that wouldn't have been better in a spread in Maxim.
You mean Blue Boy, don't you, Jimmy?
No, I mean Maxim, you dumb shit.
Oh, Jesus. What?
Pick it up!
I guess we might say Nick's back. Listen to me. Can we talk about the pay-per-view event? Battle of the Hockey Gladiators. 32 hockey players, including some former NFL stars, pairing off to fight for a grand prize of $100,000.
Wow.
We don't have footage of it because that would be too intriguing and exciting and compelling. Now listen, it didn't come out yet. But what do you think about that?
I think Nick ought to be in.
Nobody would think your opinion of hockey.
I think hockey stinks. They smack around a little black puck, which pisses me off. We can come up with a bunch of colors for the puck. Why the puck gotta be black? That's what I'm saying. Smacking around a little black goddamn puck. Colin, I should smack you right in the back of your head just for pulling this up. I'm pissed off about it, damn it. Pissed off.
You're a hockey fan.
You got Tiger Woods smacking a little white thing on here, bitch.
You beat the out that ball, Tiger.
A black leprechaun.
By the way, sorry about the Williams sisters losing to the White girl.
Yeah, let's see the big...
So sorry.
That hurt.
That story will go away in 2 minutes.
That hurt. That really hurt. You damn right it'll go away. We don't want to talk about it. They shouldn't talk about it. And as far as Tiger, you know, I want to claim Tiger, but Tiger don't claim his black heritage. He'd rather
He
take
should.
his
He's not black.
What is he then? He's half
He's a
black.
damn Asian guy.
And you're not.
We'll be right back. Size Me Up is where we bring out two of our audience members, and our comics are going to have to guess where they're from, what they do, and then give an interesting fact about them. Isn't it usually the music goes on? Well, maybe audio again. Let's bring our first person out. This is Martin. Panel, you have 20 seconds to size Martin up. This is lovely. I can't wait till I'm playing this music and I'm in some insane asylum just relaxing. Shut up with... Okay, let's see what you got. Nick.
He's from Wilmington, Delaware. He owns a fried dough stand. And he has 3 less heart valves than Dick Cheney.
All right. Jim David.
He's from Buford, Alabama.
He's a truck driver, and he likes women's panties.
All right. Barry Weintraub.
He's from Tierra del Fuego. He's a fact checker for the New York Post, and he hasn't been to work in years.
All right. Kevin Hart.
From North Carolina. He's a beer tester, and he's an internet pervert.
All right. Morton, tell us, what's the real answer, Morton?
I'm from South Brunswick, New Jersey. I work as a contractor. I build decks.
Damn it.
I have a collection of over 600 utility knives.
Beautiful. Thank you, Morton. All right. All right, next in. Ariel, let's try it again. 20 seconds on the clock. Oh, it's going to be so nice. Just shot up with Thorazine all day. None of your stupid faces going through my head. My whole semi-successful, semi-failure of a life flashing before me. Then one day they just reach in, Mr. Quinn. Don't move. Shove me in a coffin. Done. Okay, Kevin Hart.
He's from New Jersey. His job is he's Jackie Chan stand-in, and he collects farts.
Ready? Barry Weintraub.
I think he's from Paducah, Kentucky. He's the pharmaceutical coordinator for the Olsen twins, and he's looking for work.
All right. Jim David.
He's from Beijing, China. He's a busboy, and he is addicted to pornography.
All right. Nick DiPaolo.
He's from Guam. He's a pimp. And he's going to die of ink poisoning in 5 minutes.
All right. Ariel, what's the truth?
I'm from Lyons, New York. I'm a tattoo apprentice, and I eat really slowly.
Wow. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks to all volunteers, Ariel and Morton. We'll be right back. Thank you, gentlemen. Folks, HBO's new show, Entourage, follows a celebrity and his freeloader friends. If by some stroke of luck you ever became a celebrity, what would your entourage be like? Jim David?
Colin, I found this in an old Dr. Seuss book. Those in my entourage will have jobs to do, like wipe my behind when I'm done with the loo. One will cook, one will drive, one will freely give sex, who'll be young, very hot, and have no gag reflex. Who will do this for me? Well, who do you think? My entourage are the boys of NSYNC.
They could use the work. All right, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart.
Well, Colin, if I had an entourage, I would only need 2 people in my entourage. The first person would be Mr. T, because I think Mr. T makes me laugh when he says, I pity the fool. And I want him to say that at my beck and call, just to tickle my little tummy. Example, Mr. T, I'm real depressed. I pity the fool. He just tickled my tummy. The second person would be some white guy that looks exactly like Colin that I can smack around whenever I want to and blame it on slavery. You know what you did, bitch.
Barry Weintraub.
Colin, first off, I don't want any yes men in my entourage. I think it'd be better for me to have some yes women. I could use that. I'd also want my friend's Italian grandmother. Her job is to constantly smack me in the head and yell, "Stunad, this will all be over in 15 minutes, and when it is, you'll still be an idiot." Finally, I'd have rap star 50 Cent in my entourage, because I think it's really important to have a guy in the posse who can take a bullet and be back on the job the next day.
All right. Nick DiPaolo.
My entourage will be made up of an accountant, a urologist, a divorce lawyer, and a big Italian bodyguard. The accountant will be there to tell me no when I'm about to blow 10 grand on a hooker. The urologist for when I don't listen to my accountant. The divorce lawyer for when I give VD to my wife from the hooker. And the Italian bodyguard to help me dispose of my the hooker's body.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, speaking of Scott Peterson, he left less of a trail than you did. That's the show. Good night.
I've got a couple quick questions for you.
Sure.
And Nick and Jim David
Yep.
really went at it tonight. What was going on there?
Well, they've had a long-standing feud, and, so it exploded tonight. The popcorn, literally, it exploded. Popcorn kind of metaphorically, I don't know. I don't know enough about the Earth and, but I was trying to think of something like Big Bang Theory.
The Colonel.
I got nothing. Go
The
ahead.
unpopped Colonel being the Earth.
Yes, the
hot
Colonel
oil.
and yeah.
Jim David, the hot oil.
Oh.
Kevin Hart has been on the show 3 times in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What do you like about Kevin?
I like the fact that Kevin is a funny young rising star, you know, and like I said, he's in the Fat Joe video and he was in Soul Plane. So he's doing some work. And he's just a part of the table at the cellar where it all started. You know, he came up from Philly, and when we first came up with Keith, we thought Keith was like banging him or something. He was like his little boy toy. You know, as you can see, he's taken over Keith's shirt buying habits, and I didn't know they still had our rainbow shops at King of Prussia Mall, but there you go.
The guests really seem to explore the open space on the set tonight. Is that what you were hoping to see more of?
That's exactly, and you know what? Even Nick DiPaolo, who hates everything, said he loves the standing up part. Everybody loves